Your generation isn't failing because it's lazy. It's failing because it believes the biggest myth of all, the myth of instant success. Scroll on Instagram and you see someone your age with a Lamborghini. Open TikTok and a new creator brags about making $1 million in 6 months. YouTube floods you with 17-year-old prodigy builds billion-dollar startup. No wonder you wake up beating yourself down, whispering, "I must be behind. I must be broken." That is the success myth. Destroying this generation, the lie that success is instant, glamorous, viral, and it's killing ambition before dreams even start. Think about it. For the first time in history, you, Dan T., just compare yourself with neighbors you. Compare yourself with 8 billion people curated through highlight reels. By 22, you see teens on Forbes lists. By 25, you're convinced you're too late. That constant barrage doesn't inspire you, it paralyzes you. Because when every post screams overnight, your daily grind feels worthless. Why stick with hard work when the myth says others just hacked their way to glory? But here's the truth, they don't show. Behind every overnight success are years, sometimes decades of invisible grind. Every YouTuber with millions of subs uploaded videos for years when nobody was watching. Every entrepreneur paraded as a genius was failing quietly in obscurity before the headline. But social media edits out the grind and magnifies the fireworks. This myth rewires your brain. You expect compounding results instantly. You don't get them, so dopamine drops, shame skyrockets, and you quit. That myth doesn't just demotivate, it destroys. Psychology proves this. Studies on dopamine show the brain gets hooked on immediate rewards. Social media notifications exploit this. They're fast, shallow, constant. Meanwhile, real success runs on delayed gratification. Months, years, sometimes decades of unresolved feedback. The clash between instant dopamine culture and long arc reality is breaking your generation's resilience. It's not that you can succeed at, it's that your brain is trained to expect acceleration where only patience works. That's the myth. Another layer, hustle culture. This false gospel tells you success means working 24/7 until you collapse. People brag about burnout like it's a badge, but chasing quantity without clarity leads straight to emptiness. Hustle replaces healing. Hustle replaces depth. And then you wonder why you're exhausted, running in circles, clocking insane hours, yet feeling behind. Because you were sold the myth that hours equal outcomes. But hours don't, systems do. Your generation worships hacks. Shortcut to wealth, shortcut to fitness, shortcut to love. The myth whispers, if it's not fast, it's not working. And that's why so many brilliant dreams are abandoned within weeks. Because progress never feels epic at first. It feels boring, microscopic, invisible. None of that gets likes, so you assume you're failing. But in reality, that's exactly how every empire is built. Slow, invisible deposits that compound into visible milestones. Here's the brutal truth. Success is supposed to feel boring. Success is supposed to look invisible. Writing daily pages, cold calling, saving $10, learning scales, studying code, showing up when nobody claps, this is the soil. But the success myth distracts you with the shiny fruit, never letting you water the roots. I fell for the myth myself. Years back, I thought if I just found the right guru, the perfect method, the viral break, life would flip overnight. So I binge-watched, consumed, compared, and I felt more and more behind. Until one day, after my 100th spiral of envy, I asked, what if success isn't about speed? What if everyone clapping online is just showing the sprint while hiding the marathon? That's when I stopped chasing the myth and started building systems. Picked one skill, one identity, one system. Create daily. Track progress, not hype. Within 2 years, my life looked unrecognizable. Not because of a miracle, but because I compounded tiny sweats others abandoned. History is filled with forgotten evidence. Einstein didn't publish relativity at 18. He worked jobs, studied relentlessly, failed papers. J.K. Rowling wrote Potter in cafes broke and depressed, rejected by 12 publishers before one yes. Colonel Sanders built KFC at 65. Yet the myth says, if you Dan T succeed by 25, you're over. That lie is assaulting your patience. It's training you to think dreams expire before they even begin. Here's what science screams. Mastery takes an average of 10,000 hours. Habits lock after months of repetition, not weeks. Businesses stabilize after 5 to 7 years. Success is delayed math, but because the myth markets instant rewards, your generation burns out before the equation delivers. So how do you fix this? First, call out the lie. Check yourself every time you compare your day 1 to somebody else's year 10. Catch the social media highlight trap. When you see overnight headlines, remind yourself that mastery hides in the dark. Second, shift from goals to systems. Stop obsessing over millionaire by 25. Instead, obsess over systems, writing daily if you're a writer, selling daily if you're in business, practicing daily if you're an athlete. Systems build inevitability. Third, embrace boredom. Psychologists show boredom tolerance predicts success, because those who endure repetition for years build expertise, others won't. If you can love the unsexy practicing scales, lifting weights, making calls, you can outcompete the dopamine addicts quitting weekly. Fourth, anchor to long horizons. Everyone wants sprints. The successful think decades. Jeff Bezos built Amazon with zero profits for years. Elon kept SpaceX alive through endless failure. Because he wasn't chasing this quarter S status, he was chasing Mars. Ask yourself, who wins? The sprinter chasing likes, the marathoner compounding relentlessly. And finally, measure success by consistency, not applause. Did you show up today? Did you do the reps? Did you feed the compound curve? That's success. External applause will arrive later. But the only scoreboard that matters is the daily binary. Did I act or did I avoid? Small wins stacked destroy myths. By the end of my 2-year war with this myth, the proof was undeniable in my life and those I studied. Those who quit chasing quick dopamine and embraced systems-built outcomes that looked magical later, but were built microscopic daily. Those who kept chasing passion plus hype flopped. Here's the manifesto. Your generation is not doomed, just misled. You've been poisoned by the myth of instant success. It will keep you broke, burnt, bitter, if you don't eject it now. Success is long, success is boring, success is patient, but once it compounds, it's unstoppable. So stop worshiping the sprinters who flame out online. Stop craving fast trophies. Plant seeds, water them daily, stare down boredom until the forest appears. Success is brutal, slow, invisible, until suddenly it's obvious. Reject the myth. Play the long game. Because that's the truth about success nobody wants to admit, but the few who live it eventually own everything.